Okay, so welcome back to the channel, and in this video I got something a little bit different from you. So this is going to be something that is round, but what I want you to do is pay attention to the holes that are in this one. You can see that some of them are simple holes, and you can also see some of them are counterbores, and you're going to also see that it has a chamfer edge on the top of these. Now in this program, this one does not have a built-in chamfered edge, just like it does in SolidWorks. So that's one of the things I want you to kind of pay attention to when we create this one. It's going to be a totally separate function, whereas SolidWorks has that chamfer function built right on the inside of it, okay? But for now, let's go ahead and switch over to Inventor and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the new button here, and we're going to pick our standard millimeter, and then we'll go ahead and hit create, right? And we're going to give Inventor a little bit of time just to load up for us, but I really want to kind of make sure that you understand that this is one of those features that I wish Inventor had on the inside of it as opposed to not having it, but it's simple enough to do, and you're going to see that here in the example. Let's go ahead and hit the start button here. So we're going to start the sketch. We're going to get on this XY plane. And then we're going to go ahead and create a circle, right? I'll select here as my center point. Now, I don't have to go ahead and you can see mine is listing as a radius right now. I can change this to do a diameter by simply doing a right click, and then I can come and choose diameter. So by you right clicking, if you're say radius, that means you're already producing a diameter circle and vice versa. So depending on what it's saying here, that means that you are in that one. So if I wanted to do a radius, for example, it will say diameter here, but I want to create a diameter. So when I select this, you can see that I'm getting a dimension that's going across the whole circle. And if I do a right click, it's going to give me a radius. Well, I don't want a radius, so I'm just going to simply do a left click out here. And from here, I can type in the diameter, which is going to be 70, and go ahead and hit OK. All right, so that's going to specify all I need to do to create my first point here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the finish sketch. Let's go ahead and extrude this. And then we see that this one has a height of 10, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and make this one a mid-plane. You're going to see that that's a common practice that I'm going to do is make my, I try as much as I can to make my extrusions symmetrical, right? So I'll go ahead and hit the OK button here. All right, next I'm just going to select this face, and then I'll go ahead and select the icon to where I'm going to create a sketch on this. Next, I'll go ahead and put a couple of circles on here, right? So let's go ahead and create a circle. And then we're going to click one at a diameter of, let's see, this is going to be 54. And then we're going to place another circle that has a diameter here. And this one has a diameter of 32. All right, so from here, all I need to do is place 2 points located, one on this circle and one on this circle, right? We want to make sure that they are vertical, so I'll select the vertical. I'll also confirm that I'm getting these dotted vertical lines here. So I'll select this point to that point, and then I'll select this point to that point, right? So you can see that all of them are vertically in line with here. I'm just going to select this circle here. I'll hold down the shift button, select the other one, and then I'll make it construction. Now I can put another center point here on the middle, but it's really not needed. Let's go ahead and hit the finish sketch. And then we're going to go ahead and create some circles here, right? Now you see that it's giving me both of these. I'll go ahead and hold down the shift button and deselect the top one. We're only going to work with this one here first. All right, so this one is just going to be a simple, well, no, this one is the actual counterbore circle. So in my list here, I'm going to select the counterbore option. And if you hover over it, it will give you basic information of what you're trying to create. So I want to create a counterbore. So once I select that one, you're going to see here on the bottom that I'm going to get more information. I do want it to go through all. And then if I look for a little bit more information here, this distance here, the distance of my counterbore is going to be 5. So that's going to specify my depth. The outside diameter here of my counterbore will be, this one is going to be 10. And then this thickness in between here, we're going to set that number equal to 5. Okay, so now it has all of the information, and you can see it kind of build this counterbore for us. So we have a diameter, The major one is 10. It goes down a distance of 5, and then the bottom one is set to 5. And once I hit OK, it's going to go ahead and create that one for me. Now, while I'm in this command, remember that we can always hit the plus, and it may not be available to me right now. Actually, it is. So I can hit the plus if I just want to go ahead and say, hey, I'm done with this one, but I want to create another circle. So if I hit this little plus icon here, it automatically kicks over to the circle command again, and then it finds my next spot for me, right? So it says, okay, you want that one. I'm just going to make this one a simple circle. It's just cut right through. There's no complication parts in it. So I'll select that icon there. I have no seat on this one, so I'm just going to unselect it here. And then I have to specify what the diameter is, which is going to be 8.6. Right? And so once all that information is satisfied, I'm going to click this plus icon. And then it's going to jump me back to this command again. And it's asking me, hey, you need to specify where you want this other circle at. Now I can simply select this center point here. Or I can select this face and then select the center point. But I'm just going to select that point there. And now I'm going to type in the diameter of this one, which is going to be 16. And that should be everything that I need to go ahead and create all of my circles here. Let's go ahead and hit the OK button. Now I'm going to use the chamfer command to put those chamfers around each one of these. And the chamfer command is located here. I need to give it a distance, which is going to be 0.5. And it's going to be 45 degrees, so therefore this one is the one that's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and select my edges. So I'll select that edge there, this one here, as well as this one. Let's go ahead and hit the OK button. And now we're ready to do our circular patterns, right? So we're going to just go ahead and select circular pattern. And then it's going to say, give me the feature that you want me to go around, right? So I want to go, let's see, not that hole, but this one. And I accidentally selected the wrong one. You can hold down the shift button to deselect. And so I want that circle there. And let's see. I think that's going to be all that I'm going to be able to grab here. Oh, I do apologize. I keep having that circle held down. Okay. So that's going to be the feature that I'm going to need. I'll go with the axis of revolution, which is going to be here. And once I select it, it's going to show me a preview of 6 around. I actually want 4 of them. Now I hit OK. All right, then I'll come back to that command again, right? So let's go back to the circular pattern. We're going to find the feature. In this case, it's going to be the first one. The first feature here. Go ahead and select here for the rotation angle. I'll select here. And then this one will be set to 6. I'll go ahead and hit OK. Now, once again, in the preview, this is what I was telling you about. I wish this chamfer command was built into this, because now I have this chamfer command and you can see that it is separate. Now here's one of those neat tricks that you can use in both basically Inventor and SolidWorks. And this magical trick is going to be to move this chamfer down underneath the last one. So you can see that I reordered this, and I did this now that these two take precedence, or they happen before the other one. So now when I double click on the chamfer command, it's going to bring me back to this. And I can go ahead and come back in and now select these edges that were not existing when I did the first ones and add them to my circle now. All right, so hopefully that's a neat little trick about the slide handles and things of that nature. And there's other things that I can show you here while I'm discussing how to reorder things. Where it says end of part, you can see that I can drag this up, so I can basically step through this entire process, meaning that if I drag that up, none of this is visible, and as I drag it down, you're going to see that the steps will appear, right? So if I come down to here, it's going to say, hey, you created those holes, and then you next created that hole, and then you created that hole, and then we're going to keep going down just a little bit more. You can see that those holes appear, then those, and then we finish them off with doing some chamfers, right? So hopefully you enjoyed watching that, and that was a little bit, educational for you as we get deeper into this program. That's really useful to where you can be able to reorder some things and put them in order, or just kind of, reverse some things depending on when you created them. Now, that won't happen for everything, but typically that's one of those good things that I like to use, especially if I get something out of order or I want to put it in a special order for me. All right, so thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, keep drafting.